Hey guys, this is Tina. Welcome to A Homemaker's Journey. I am so glad that you guys are with me today. And my last video, I shared with you guys that I am on a new journey, and that is trying to get my health back in order, spiritual relationship with God, and just my overall well-being and caring for my family. And what I started doing 2 weeks ago was intermittent fasting. And so I wanted to just give you guys my recipe for the salad that I eat every single day since I've started that. And it's really delicious. It's full of flavor, full of vegetables, and super easy to make. But I wanted to share that with you guys so that you know what's working for me. And I'm also going to share with you some supplements that I'm taking that I believe will help you in your journey if this is something that you're wanting to start as well. And I do an 18-6 fast, which is I fast from dinner to lunchtime the next day. That's 18-hour fast. And then I have a 6-hour window that I eat in, and that's from noon to about 6 o'clock. So let me share with you the vegetables that I eat. And so in my salad, I have baby kale, baby spinach, baby arugula, and spring mix, as well as I use cabbage, a tricolor coleslaw blend, which has cabbage, and it also has carrot shreds in there as well. And then I use these little red, yellow, and orange peppers that I get. So all this is just from my local grocery store that I use. And I cut them up so that everything's bite-sized. So my peppers, I just mix them together in a bowl, put them in the fridge. And I also have celery that I add in there, and radishes, as well as onions and carrots. So I've got my onions chopped up, carrots chopped up. So I like a chopped salad. I don't eat like the big lettuce leaves. So I like it so that it's easy, it's convenient. I mix everything in my bowl over here, and first I'll mix in the lettuce leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys how I make my salad. So I take my spring mix and I take a handful out of here, a big handful. So this is probably about, I would say, 2 to 3 cups worth in there. Here. And I do the same with my baby arugula. I like the baby greens better because they're not as strong in flavor and they're not as tough as the full size. So I like the baby arugula. It has kind of a nutty flavor, so I really enjoy that in my salad as well. Because of that, the mixed greens has more of a light flavor to them. The arugula has a nutty flavor. Then I have my baby spinach, and it doesn't have a ton of flavor at all, which I like, but it's very healthy for you. And I didn't share this with you guys, and I take about 2 cups worth of the spinach, where I'll do about 3 cups for the others. And then the baby kale I like too. Usually baby kale or kale is kind of a bitter green and it's a little bit tough. Well, the baby kale isn't. It's really tender and it has a lot of flavor as well. That I think that when you're having the full size kale, it's a little bit harder, tougher, and a little more bitter in your mouth. So what I do from here. So I've got this giant bowl of salad, and this salad, once I put everything in here, it lasts my husband and I about 2 to 3 days, and that's eating it for lunch only. So now I just take and I go in, so my hands are clean. So don't get on me for using my hands, because I'm going to use my hands this whole time. Remember, this salad is for me and my family. So you do you, and you do what you think is best for your family. And we're just all here to share what we've learned and what we're learning so that we can become our best selves. So I just continue to cut these up until they are bite-sized pieces. And if you've ever had a chopped salad, it's basically all it is. It's all these greens, and you'll see as I chop this up, it'll flattened down because of theirs, of course, don't have the puffiness from all the leaves. But when you're eating this salad, I have, everything's pretty much bite size, you know, so you're adding that in. So it's very easy to eat. You enjoy it. It has so many flavors. You have the sweetness from the peppers and the carrots, and these are sweet onions. So I like the flavor of those. And even the celery has a sweetness to it. So if you're missing out on those sweetness from candies and cookies and things like cakes or what have you, and you feel like you're deprived, well, these actually add an element of sweetness so you don't miss out on that. And I really enjoy that. I haven't, you know, I haven't had any cravings. I shared with you that I'm not doing soda or anything processed anymore. So everything is whole foods. And that's what I'm feeding my family. And they're actually starting to enjoy it as well. And it fills you up. It really does. And having that fasting window, it your stomach starts to shrink, and because a large part of that fasting time is done while you're asleep, it helps so that you're not hungry all day long. You know, you have a short window of time from the time you wake up, and you just start drinking your water until lunchtime, and you'll notice that you don't get as hungry as long the longer you're on the intermittent fasting. And that's because of your ghrelin levels. That's your hunger levels when they come in. When you start on a diet, your body's used to saying, give me more food. What are you going to feed me? Are you going to feed me more sugar, or do I need to start using the stored fuel that's in your body, the stored fat? And so I've been watching this doctor. He's a nephrologist. His name is Dr. Jason Fung, F-U-N-G, and I have learned so much about intermittent fasting and the benefits of it. A lot of times people are like, oh, are you starving? Well, when you have a lot of extra weight on you, you're not starving. Your body is going to use the fuel, that's what the fat is stored for your energy. And so once your body is saying, hey, I'm not getting any more fuel over that 18 hours, your body starts pulling from your stored cells or your stored fat, starting with your liver. You have what's glucose. That's what your body starts producing through your liver, and that gives you the energy. And so once that glucose is out of your liver, then it starts going to your stored fat. And a lot of us that are overweight, we have a fatty liver. So it pulls from those stored fats, the visceral fat, which is on the organs that we have inside of us. Okay, so back to our salad. So as you can see, it has gone down quite a bit. Let me show you the size of everything now. So it's pretty small, so it goes on your plate easily. It's digested a lot easier. So now I like the crunch of cabbage. So I'm gonna pour all this in here. And that is probably a cup's worth. And I love these little bowls. They are from the Dollar Tree, and they come with a lid. So if you like to have little things like that around, these are great. You can also use them in the microwave. All right, so I just mix that in with those greens. And then I add my sweet onions, and I'll add about half of a cup. I would say about a half a cup of that. Half a cup of diced carrots. Let me show you. Actually, they're chopped up, so they're really fine as well. So it makes it easy for them to digest and for you to eat. And then I just mix those in. I might mix a little bit more onion in there with that. I like sweet onions. And then, I think I'll go for a little bit more. So now that the onions are mixed in, the rest of it, I'm going to add a little bit more carrot on the top. And you do what you like. So whatever vegetables that you enjoy, add those to your salads. So I'm going to add probably maybe a little over half a cup about a half a cup of the celery. And then I diced up my radishes. So we'll just add a handful of that. That's probably about 1/4 of a cup because they're so thin. And then I have the sweet peppers. And these I will, once I have, and these, like I said, they're the little peppers with the orange, the yellow, and the red that I chop them, cut them in half, clean out the seeds, and then I just slice them up. You can see the size that they are. All right, and we just add that on top, and then I'll mix that in. And this is good to go for, I think I'll just mix it a little bit. So we have it throughout the salad. We have all the vegetables mixed in. Isn't that beautiful though? It's got so much color and it has so much flavor because of all the different types of greens that are in there have a lot of flavor on their own, as well as all the carrots and the onions and the radishes, all those things. They just make it taste really good. So that is it. And this bowl is a 4-quart bowl that I use, and I put the lid on, but I do not seal it all the way. I don't want a lot of moisture, and if I'm not going to use this right away, I'll even put a dry paper towel on that as well. So I want to share with you guys also some of the supplements as well as the dressing that I use. I told you that I'm not really doing processed foods anymore. However, I've given myself grace with my salad dressing because I'm only eating twice a day and I am not skimping. The size of my salad is really large. So I fill up, we'll just show you this plate. So this is a paper plate, and I will fill, and this is a pretty good sized paper plate. And we buy these from Sam's Club. So I'll fill this up with my salad mixture, but then on top of that, I will add rotisserie chicken or a little bit of salami and some ham, some deli ham. Again, I give myself a little bit of grace, but usually it's like chicken or whatever we have for dinner the night before. Maybe it's fish. I'll have some salmon. I'll add that to it as well. So this has been working great for me. It keeps me full until dinner time, along with I'll have maybe a cup of coffee around 3 o'clock, and we eat dinner, like I said, around 6. So sometimes it may be 5. So I'm cutting the window that I eat from 12 to whatever time that is that we eat dinner. But in my coffee, I started adding 1 scoop of collagen. This is my afternoon coffee. So this is my eating window that I add this into my cup of coffee. And so I'll add 1 scoop, and this is unflavored Keto Collagen, and it's by Perfect Keto. You can get this off of Amazon. Something else that I've added into when I started this, I did a lot of research on intermittent fasting and on kidney health. I have 1 kidney and 1/4 of the other one. And you know, when you're heavy, you're adding more strain to your kidneys. Well, you know, as I'm getting wiser and realizing I really need to take care of my health more, I want to do what's best for my kidneys. So I'm looking at them differently and looking at all of my organs differently. But one of the things, for me, I have high cholesterol, and I do not want to take medications, statin drugs. I don't think they're healthy for your body. So I come across this, it's called Chitosan, Chitosan, and it's a supplement that helps to, you can see this is 1,000 milligrams, and so it tells you it supports balanced fat absorption. So when you're eating, I take 2 of these before I eat, and it helps to absorb the fat from whatever you're eating and flushes it out of your system. It also supports your healthy cholesterol levels, so it helps to lower your cholesterol as well as your triglycerides, and it helps to support weight management, which I truly believe that it has. Then I also take CoQ10. So I take, like I said, I take 2 of these before I eat a meal. So they're on my placemat while I'm getting ready to eat. I take these first, and then I eat my meal. Then I take CoQ10. These are little gummies, so I take these also at lunchtime. And in the morning, I also do, I believe, vitamin D3 is something that is so beneficial to all of us, especially if you have kidney issues. Vitamin D is one of those vitamins that just doesn't really absorb well when you have kidney problems. And I also have high blood pressure, so that helps too. So losing the weight, eating better, and cutting out the processed foods, it's really helping my kidneys all around. They're not having to work as hard. I don't eat as much protein. I do have protein at both meals, but I don't have large portions of protein. So like last night we had fish and we had asparagus, and I drizzled the asparagus as well as the fish with a little bit of olive oil and then some garlic salt. Not a lot, but both. I had it on both. Bake it in the oven at 425 for 15 to 20 minutes until it's flaky. Comes out perfect. And I like salmon like that, tilapia, halibut, what else? Cod, I love cod. So those are also great. In chicken breast, I also like chicken thighs and chicken legs as well. And that's something that the dark meat I love to cook in my air fryer. That takes about 25 minutes in the air fryer, seasoned, and I use the garlic salt. Not a lot again, because your kidneys, they don't like a lot of sodium, but as long as you're flushing it without water, and I'm not on dialysis, I don't have any, haven't been diagnosed with any major kidney issues, but I know that I have to care better for my kidneys. Okay, so on with, so that's our seasoning with black pepper, and then, so for my salad dressing, this is what I'm really enjoying right now. It's called Lighthouse Cotija Cilantro Dressing and Dip. I'll show that to you. So I love this, and I'll have about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, and once I put it on my salad on my plate, I'll drizzle that on the top, and then I like to mix it up before I put on my protein. And so this is delicious. And then also something that I'll drizzle on my salad. So if I'm not using this, I'm going to be using extra virgin olive oil, as well as Bragg's apple cider vinegar with the mother in it, and Italian seasoning. So what I do with those 3 is I'll put my salad on my plate, I'll sprinkle it with my Italian seasoning, then the next thing I drizzle it with my oil, and then after that is my final thing I'll add is my apple cider vinegar and possibly a sprinkle of a little bit of garlic salt. And I mix that all in. So it's basically an Italian salad. You're just doing it in layers, and rather than in a bottle that's with a bunch of chemicals that you don't know what they are. So this is what I do every day, and I hope that it blesses you, and that if this is a solid idea that you might enjoy, give it a shot. If you're interested in intermittent fasting, check out Dr. Jason Fung. He is amazing, has so much information, and he is a kidney specialist. That's why I kind of started following him, was because he's a nephrologist. I see a nephrologist, and he's just got a wealth of information about intermittent fasting, as well as fasting one day or one meal a day, and the benefits of that. He's on YouTube. You will find a bazillion videos from him, and I'm telling you, he is fantastic. Who else? So right now, I'll leave you guys with that, and maybe later on I will share with you as well. I'll keep continuing it with the updates on my progress with my intermittent fasting, my weight loss. I've already lost quite a few inches on my body just over the last 2 weeks from cutting the processed foods and the sugars, as well as I don't do carbs. Like I said, it's all vegetables and protein. and water and a little bit of coffee. You can do tea if you like green tea or whatever kinds of teas that you like, as long as they don't have sweeteners and they don't have calories. I would not recommend sodas because of that. Again, it's processed, and you know, why put the stress on your body? If you've been doing it a long time like I have, and you know, it's just not good for us, and we want to have longer lives. We don't want to end up in the hospital, especially with COVID going on, and you know, all this stuff that is taking place in and around us right now in 2021. We want to do what's best for ourselves and care for ourselves well, so that we can care for our families well. So I hope this was a blessing to you and that you enjoyed the salad video, and I will keep you updated on my intermittent fasting journey. And also, just to share with you, I am still walking 2 times a day, and I encourage you to get out, enjoy the sunshine. If it's sunny in your area, or go to the gym, or go to the mall even, and just do laps around the mall. Take your kids, just take a nice walk and just enjoy your life and make the most of it. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. You have a blessed day. Take care.